I'm going to start my speech in 3, 2, 1, go. Ladies and gentlemen, before I move on further into this motion, I would like to define several things first. The first thing that I'm going to talk about is developing countries. What are developing countries? Developing countries are those countries that are still in their phase of development, such as Indonesia and Malaysia and so on and so forth. These developing countries are more likely to have um, underdeveloped job market, but it does not mean that it closes the job market completely. A lot of foreign companies often operate in their territory because of several things such as cheaper resources, cheaper materials, cheaper worker, and so on and so forth. And therefore uh, that's why these foreign companies are more likely to operate in these developing countries. Onto the problems. Foreign companies are likely to hire their own resources or workers. Why? Because I think they these foreign companies think that these foreign workers are more educated or they are more eligible for the job and so on and so forth. But here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, that is not true at all. Our goal here is that we want to empower local workers. What we want is that these foreign companies to hire locals even more. We even want to set a minimum quota of hiring local workers. And why so, ladies and gentlemen? Why do we think that we need to set a minimum quota? Because without the minimum quota, these foreign workers will only hire the resources will only hire workers from their origin of country, and we do not want that. What we want is for these foreign workers to hire the locals even more. And why by hiring locals would give them a much better opportunities or giving them the upper hand, you can say. There are three things that I'm going to talk about. The first one is how the locals have better understanding of the local surroundings. Second, how they are more likely to perform better. And thirdly, how it's going to stimulate the local economy. Okay, first thing, they are going to have a much better, these local workers are going to have a much better understanding of the local surrounding. And why so, ladies and gentlemen? Because these local workers, they are already being educated by their government on how to compete with the foreign workers, especially in developing countries like Indonesia. We know that the government even give us education from school on in school on how to um, on how to be a good worker, on how to be a better worker, and how to compete, basically on how to compete with the foreign workers. And these people are going to have a much better understanding of the local surrounding. These local workers are going to know the market better. They will know the materials better. They will know the demands better, and so on and so forth. So, in short, we can say that local workers will have a better understanding of local surroundings, and because of that, it will give these company the upper hand. Second of all, these people are more likely to perform better. Now, this is something big. This is something that is we would like to emphasize, because they are more likely to perform better because they know that they are competing, or let's say they are competing against the foreign workers, and therefore we believe that these local workers will more likely to have a better to perform better so that they can compete with this foreign workers. And lastly, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to stimulate the local economy. How is it going to stimulate the local economy? Well, by hiring local workers, it means that you are going to give an opportunity for the local economy to develop better. It's going to create a sense that the local workers are being being empowered correctly. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, we believe we believe that developing countries who should who oper- developing countries sorry, the foreign companies that operates in these developing countries, this is why they are going to have a much better opportunity in growing their companies later on, or in, let's say, expanding their companies even more if they hire these local workers. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's why we believe that there should be a minimum quota of hiring local workers, because at the end of the day, these foreign companies already take a lot of benefits from our country, from these developing countries, and we believe that they have to pay that back. As and the least that they can do by paying them back is just by hiring these local workers, and therefore we are proud to propose. Thank you.